guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, studio, I'm Ray, and we're gonna go over this whole new firmware 3.0 that was just released by Nikon. Now, I am a Nikon shooter. I picked up the Z6 and I do like the camera, and I'm really appreciative of Nikon updating their firmware and updating the improvement of their equipment, because it just makes shooting with the camera more enjoyable. As you know, once you update from firmware 3.0 from 2.0, you now have what they call animal detection. So what I'm going to do is break down their promotion video. Check out the two other videos I released, how to update your firmware, and I did another one with my little model Sweetie and testing this animal detection. But I want to take a quick look at their promotion video, because of course the promotion video seemed like everything's perfect, it's ideal, it's the holy grail of focusing, and that's far from the truth. I do like the firmware update, I do like the animal detection AF. It's going to take some time getting used to. I'm not used to it, but it's something I definitely can incorporate in my workflow. So let's take a look at this. Now, what I want to do before we even start this whole thing, check out that video that I did of my pet Sweetie, and I had mixed results. Tell you the truth, being that this is the first time I ever used this function, most of it probably was user error, but it's not going to stop action. It's not going to, if your dog is very active and running around, this is not going to keep up with it and stay tracked. All right, so that's not going to happen. If your subject is relatively still, it does work well. And as you hear, their first, as you see, this cat's always laying around, so they're not as playful, at least in my opinion. So they're ideal subjects in testing it. On shooting my dog, I had to bribe her to make her stand still to actually see this function work. So the first thing I would concur, and if we break down just looking at this, their information from their camera, make sure your camera is set to high, so you're taking multiple photos of your animal, because most likely they're going to be moving their head left to right, up and down, so it gives you the opportunity to get that shot. Number two, you're going to have to be in autofocal continuous, which I did. When testing out my subject or shooting my subject, Sweetie, I had to set my settings to these settings here. Of course, you're going to be in animal detection, and everything else is pretty much going to be whatever your situation for lighting. Here they have everything on auto exposure. They're shooting an FX, and they're shooting with a 2.8 lens. I shot mine with the kit lens, the Z24-70 f4. I was outdoors, so lighting was not an issue, and that lens, in my opinion, is pretty sharp too. Exposure compensation engaged with a -2. So again, you adjust that according to how your lighting situation is. And of course, they had the vibration setting also engaged, which I did in my camera. So that's one thing when you look at these promotional videos, try to break down, especially Nikon, how did they get that shot? Okay, now again, here they're showing you a promotion video. Here you have to hit the OK to trigger it. I had mine's triggered to come on back button focus. So when I engage the back button focus, I hit it and it's engaged to track my dog face and eye, and it does work. And again, their settings are pretty much the same as they start off. Continuous high, AFC. You can see here they have the animal detection engage. All this is generic. You can put whatever you want depending on your situation. They're shooting with a high shutter speed. Here's a f4, and you may want to put auto ISO so you're not constantly worrying about missing the exposure, which I noticed also in their promotion video. So let's continue to check this out. And again, As you can see, guys, how they got their set up. They got auto ISO, so their exposure is constantly changing, so they don't have to worry about it. They're shooting at f4. You can see they have a 250 shutter speed, and pretty much everything else is staying the same. So, and what that happens, I'm pretty sure when they edited this video, being the dog is moving a lot, they're just gonna pick out the best shot that came out of that sequence and plug that into the video. But it seems like, all right, they're automatically catching it right then and there, and it's perfect without any hiccups, and that's far further from the truth. So the system does work. I do like it. Again, check out my video on testing it out. Again, this was the non-scientific type of way of testing it. I pretty much mimic what they did in their video on with their dog or its pets. So let's continue watching what they're showing us here. Now, as you notice with the dogs pretty much have to be standstill. All right, they stand in front of you. Dogs are more active. They like moving around their heads, so you're gonna have to bribe them with some type of treat or ball or biscuit or whatever it may be to bribe your pet to stand still. As far as a dog, to get those shots. With a cat, you know, they're just gonna lay there. So it's ideal. You can look at again the same settings. They're shooting with a 2-way to get that separation, higher shutter speed, and that's pretty much it. So guys, when you use this function, think about how you're using it, and and adapt it to your situation. And again, with the cats, it's the same settings. As you can notice, they're shooting with ISO auto. Everything's high. AF's continuous. Animal detection. Everything is pretty much all the same. And that's pretty much the secret ingredients on trying to get good shots, guys. So again, if you're a beginner and you're trying to learn how to get good shots of your cat or your dog, take a cue from the Nikon promotion video. And again, check out my video, and you should have better results. And just like any tool, and again, this is just a tool within our arsenal in our camera, you have to practice. I have to practice. I was not very good in getting the correct shots because it was a function I'm not used to. So as I apply it more in my shooting, I will get better and get better, sharper images using this tool. So again, I just want to break that down, show it to you guys. I thought it was important to share with you and to make us better photographers. All right, guys, again, I'm gonna end this. It's not gonna be a long video. I hope this helped you out. Go check out that promotion video, observe what's going on, apply it to your own skill set, and that's it, guys. Happy shooting. I'll see you later. Please like, subscribe, and I'll check you out on the next one. Later.